That'll need me to go back to Alpha Centauri. The soul. Okay. Alpha Centauri is the guy who told us about it, but I guess I need to go to... not that rock. To here. Nope, it keeps putting me in Phobos. Trying to get to the UC Vigilance. There we go. Yeah. So... here is where we're actually going to get our orders to join this pirate group undercover. Oh, let's dock before we crash. Oh, and I need to pick up one of my companions again because
Nice work.
We had to send our companion away for the last mission. Probably go with Andrea again, because we didn't get to spend much time with her.
I suppose now you can add climbing the corporate ladder to your list of accomplishments.
Yes.
I think it is perhaps for the best that the research program will come to an end. Where that neuroamp technology could lead, there are many bad outcomes. Too many.
It almost certainly would be a disaster. No one should have that degree of control over others. I think it'd be okay, but it's a chance we couldn't afford to take. What's the worst outcome you can think of?
I was going to say that everyone with an internal neuroamp all trying to control each other would be the worst. But perhaps even more dangerous would be only one person managing to control everyone else.
Almost certainly would be a disaster.
Already there has been too much conflict between corporations vying for this technology. First Infinity, then Ryujin. Who knows what might be next?
Ryujin might take over the world. Worst of all worlds. We'll never know what might have been. The tech would have eventually fallen into the wrong hands.
You presume it had not already? Interesting. You know the people behind Ryujin better than I, but I am not convinced they could be trusted.
That's fair.
The project will be shelved, they call it? As I said, too many other bad outcomes. This is for the best.
Yep.
With the neuroamp matter settled, we should move on to other things, yes?
Yes. Nope, come back.
Hello.
Are you ready to head back out?
Sharpen the blade for this very occasion. Just in case we need it.
Okay. As you slowly walk away. Let's get back to our docking port. Alright. And head aboard the UC Vigilance.
No particular love for the UC, or their bravado.
Captain Orion, greetings.
Hi, Vasco.
Welcome aboard the UC Vigilance. Did you have any questions before I escort you to the commander?
None. I'm just eager to get started. I have about 1 million questions, but they can wait for the commander. I'm here on official Vanguard business, so I'd prefer to speak to the commander. What can you tell me about the UC Vigilance? And before I meet Commander Ikande, is there anything I should know?
Yeah, listen to him carefully. The commander's a one-and-done kind of officer. In other words, he hates to repeat himself. Other than that, just observe standard military decorum, and it should keep you from serving any time on the ship's cleaning detail.
Huh. What can you tell me about the UC Vigilance?
I'm not authorized to divulge information about this vessel. Suffice to say, it's one of the toughest ships in the UC's arsenal.
Okay. I'm eager to get started.
Understood? If you'd follow me, please. So, you're the vanguard that took down that terramorph on Tau City.
Yep.
Made quite an impression around here. Everyone upstairs is talking about it. Damn. That must have been one hell of a firefight. I almost regret missing out on all the fun. Of course, we don't normally see that kind of action on the Vigilance, but we have our moments. All right, Vanguard. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you. Good luck.
Okay, hello.
Hi. This looks like a busy ship's bridge.
Can we try and focus on the matter at hand, please?
Yes.
Ah, there you are. Commander Kibwe Kande, UC System. Glad to have you aboard. I was beginning to think you were having second thoughts about Commander Tuala's offer.
Tuala convinced me it would be for the greater good, so here I am. Well, I'm not entirely sold on the idea yet. I still don't quite understand why I'm here. UC SysDef, is that another division of the UC military?
UC SysDef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle big picture stuff, we deal specifically with pirates. Since you're already involved with the Vanguard, I don't have to underline how important your contribution will be to the security of our spaceways.
Tuala convinced me it'll be for the greater good, so here I am.
It appears he's certainly picked the right person for the job. So, now that you're part of the team, allow me to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
You're going to need more than one ship to eliminate an entire fleet. Impressive ship, but I don't see where I fit in. Where's the Vigilance located right now, and what exactly is the Crimson Fleet? Asking what the Crimson Fleet is. They're pirates, we've fought them a bunch of times, but I'll ask anyway.
That's strange. According to your file, you've encountered them before. On Vectera specifically. They were the pirates that attacked your mining outpost? I'm surprised you don't remember.
Where's the Vigilance located right now?
We are currently in the Sol system, in deep orbit around Phobos. As to why, I'll explain momentarily.
Impressive ship, but I don't see where I fit in.
Whether this ship is impressive or not, you're the key element that we've been lacking. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse.
Persuasion. Give me a room. Get me in a room with them and I'll talk them into anything. I assume you already have a plan in mind. It takes more than finesse to catch the attention of a pirate. I prefer a more direct approach. I assume you've chosen me because I'm expendable?
Let's get one thing straight right now, soldier. I don't care if you're from the Vanguard, the Navy, or the technician that scrapes the carbon scoring off the engine nozzles. In my eyes, your past service no longer matters. You're now an agent of SysDef, meaning that it's my job to keep you alive.
Okay. I am good with that. I assume you already have a plan in mind.
I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention.
Sounds simple enough. That doesn't sound like an ironclad plan to me. She can probably sniff out a narc from a sector away. Where'd you get the contraband? Aurora. I'm not going to ask about Aurora. It's a drug, we know about it. Where'd you get the contraband?
That's classified.
Haha.
Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously holding it will be spending the rest of their life in prison.
Fair. She can probably sniff a narc from a sector away.
That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know.
Point the way I'll get it done. That's a lot to absorb. You must have quite a bit of confidence in my abilities. Is this the best plan you've got? If this is the best plan you've got, we're both in trouble. Why bother gathering evidence?
Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow.
Okay. Then point the way, I'll get it done.
Eager to get going? Good. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down.
I'll do my best. I'm just doing this for the money. I'm guessing it's too late to back out of the deal. What if I get in over my head?
Then you better learn to swim, because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment. Trust your instincts. And watch your back.
Okay, I'll do my best.
I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control.
I can stay the course. I can't make any promises. I don't exactly do well following rules and regulations. Can you explain SysDef's code of conduct and ethics, and what do you mean stray too far off the path?
The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. They only abide by one thing: money. All of their morals and social graces fall by the wayside in pursuit of their greed. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. Think you can handle that?
Can you explain SysDef's code of conduct and ethics?
To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good.
Okay, I can stay the course.
That's what I wanted to hear. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck.
Well, I made contact with you. Do you have any other information about Ceres Bowden? What happens if I get arrested while I'm undercover? Can you tell me more about my expected behavior as an agent?
While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place.
Maintaining my cover as a pirate and abiding the law won't mix. I refuse to kill innocent people. What if I don't have a choice?
Then you do what you have to do. The Crimson Fleet has the potential to kill hundreds, even thousands of people per year. If it takes a few deaths to maintain your cover, then so be it. But only as an absolutely final resort. This is not a licensed killing spree. Understood?
Maintaining my cover as a pirate and abiding by the law won't mix.
That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means to overcome your obstacles, rather than blowing holes in them. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing.
What happens if I get arrested while I'm undercover?
For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines.
Do you have any other information about Sauro? I can't pronounce that. Bowden?
All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got.
How will I maintain contact with you?
That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own.
Okay.
As you were.
So, interesting. I wonder if I do have a choice between siding with them in SysDef or siding with the Crimson Fleet, because it seems like I'll be joining the Crimson Fleet, and so we'll have to see how deep down that rabbit hole we go. This is so cool. Hope you don't kill anyone, but do what you must. Yeah, so this is definitely a more darker storyline, I think. this faction because we are infiltrating a pirate organization and probably will have to commit piracy. But I'm curious to see how it plays out. Hey, Lieutenant Jillian Toft.
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood?
I think I understand. So basically you want me to steal from thieves. That's if I'm accepted into the Crimson Fleet. What if I can't find anything, and why do you need physical evidence?
Well, since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects. The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find.
What if I can't find anything?
I'd scour every inch of wherever the Crimson Fleet sends you. Otherwise, you're wasting our time and risking your neck for nothing.
Ha ha.
Criminals are sloppy. Look hard enough and I'm certain you'll stumble across their mess.
Okay. I think I understand.
Well, you better. Commander Akande's entire operation is resting on your shoulders. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig.
Security, if there's incriminating data out there, I'll find it. Sounds like you have personal vendetta against the Crimson Fleet. I'm simply trying to understand my task, Lieutenant. Sounds like it touched a nerve. I'm confused. Are we trying to imprison the pirates or kill them? Security, if there's incriminating data out there, I'll find it.
For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard.
In the end, I'm betting you only get to work for the good guys? Probably, but it would be interesting if they do have a splitting faction route where I can turn on the UC security and join the pirates. It wouldn't really fit my character's general storyline thus far, so I'm probably not going to do that even if the opportunity presents itself, but it would be cool. Oh, and hey, Trisha Eve McMillan, thanks for the follow. I'll bring you as much evidence as I can find. I've seen my fair share of violence. I'm no hero. I'm here because it's my duty as a member of the Vanguard. You feel like talking about it?
What? No. It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just stick to the mission and you'll be fine.
Okay. I will bring as much evidence as I can find.
That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts.
That's very generous. I don't need payment to do what's right. Credits. Now you're speaking my language. Why would you be paying credits during a military operation?
Well, that's just it. You're not career military, are you? And speaking frankly, you're completely out of pocket during this operation. You'll be paying for your own supplies and other unexpected incidentals. So, if I were you, I'd stop asking questions and accept the compensation.
Fair. It's very generous.
It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right. We've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Saoirse Bowden. I was looking at that name and I'm like, I have no idea how to pronounce that. Saoirse. You like discussing your personal experience with the Crimson Fleet? What's going to happen to the people you arrest? What if I get caught with the container of Aurora in my cargo hold?
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble. Even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you the consequences of making that mistake.
What's going to happen to the people you arrest?
We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, we'll be holding them in the Vigilance's brig. If you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see you.
Pirate, nerdy full. Arr. Yep, I'm going full pirate here. Feel like discussing your personal experiences with the Crimson Fleet?
Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job.
All right, I'll respect your privacy. If something's on your mind, it will make you feel better to get it out in the open. It's odd that you know more about me than I know about you. If something's on your mind, it'll make you feel better to get it out in the open.
Yeah. Maybe. No. It's not really an appropriate time to be going over my private life. There are much more important things to be done. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time. Okay?
Sure.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Nope, I'm good. Time to try and sell some drugs, apparently.
Yes. What?
So that's fun. And see if I can get hired on by some pirates.
Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
Meanwhile, my ship is still a ship that I got from the Rangers faction, so it's basically a police vehicle. And I'm going to be flying it, try and join some pirates. What is your character storyline till now? You didn't mention... you mentioned being a pirate doesn't fit. I've mainly been going around trying to generally do good and help people. There's been a couple of odd jobs. I joined a gang briefly. You know, minor things, but in general, it's been a fairly good, helpful, friendly person. So, piracy doesn't fit it, but this is piracy for the sake of the greater good. So, I guess it's fine. Like, I've already gone through the, 3-Star Collective, their military, police force, whatever, the Rangers. I went through their quest line. And then I also went through the UC Security, United Colonies. So their, or UC Vanguard quest line, which is, again, like, their police soldier type quest line. So I've done a few quest lines where I'm out there helping people solve problems, kill the bad guys. So it's funny to me a little bit to now be a pirate. Again, we're nearing the end of the game. I think there were 5 factions in this game, and this is the 5th one. And then I believe for the main quest, I'm on the last, or near the last mission. I have like 100 videos on YouTube. So if you feel like going back and watching, it's all there.
The Lux condos aren't anything special.
Do you imagine anyone actually enjoys living here? I simply cannot.
I mean, I'd enjoy living on Mars.
If you're here to buy or sell, you might want to talk to Octai. I'm busy.
I'm here to sell, but I'm looking for you. I brought something that should interest the Crimson Fleet. I'm looking to unload a sensitive shipment. Octai, who's that?
Octai Bayar. He's the head of our Sidonia branch. If you want to do some trading, he's the one you need to be talking to. I'm busy.
I'm looking to unload a sensitive shipment.
And by sensitive, I'm guessing you mean something you don't want UC Security sticking their noses into.
Correct.
I can probably help you with that. What have you got for me?
Take a look at the sample. I'm looking to sell off a shipment of Aurora. Let's talk price first. Take a look at this sample.
Aurora, huh? Nice. A little too hot to handle, though. What else you got?
If the trade authority is not interested, that says a great deal.
If you can't handle it, point me to someone who can. I thought the trade authority would buy anything. Guess the people that told me you were the best were wrong. I thought the trade authority would buy anything.
Oh yeah. Well, I got some bad news for you, love. This location doesn't buy shit like that when UC Security's sitting a stone's throw from the front door. Of course, if there's a finder's fee you're offering, I might, well, bend the rules a little bit.
Pay 1,000 credits. Does this work? I refuse to pay for that information. What if I just blow your brains out and ask someone else? Harsh. I have to pay you just to find out where to sell my shipment? I'm just gonna pay it. 1,000 credits is nothing at this point. Does this work?
You know, it's funny. Suddenly, I do remember someone who might be able to unload that stuff for you.
Just demand the extra credits up front next time. These games are juvenile and tiresome.
There's a buddy of mine who runs with the Crimson Fleet. Goes by the name Adler Kemp. If he isn't passed out, you can find him killing the rest of his brain cells at the Broken Spear. Oh, and it's been a pleasure doing business with you.
What is it?
Thank you. The Broken Spear is probably a bar around here. Hey there, Adler Kemp.
Unless you're here to serve me another drink, you can turn around and walk away.
Give sample. Shari's? I don't even remember. Shari's Bowden said you could help me move some of this. I heard you might be able to help me move some cargo. Alright, I'll go. I heard you might be able to help me move some cargo.
Oh yeah? Well, I don't know who the hell you are. So what makes you think I'm going to help you out?
Alright. Give the sample. Bowden said that you could help me move some of this.
Hey, why don't you say that a little louder? I don't think every single UC guard in Sidonia heard you. Okay. Yeah, I think we can help you with this. If you've got a whole shipment of this stuff, you're going to need to move it fast. But you're going to have to do something for us first.
Okay. No problem. Charisse never said anything about that. Forget it. I'll just take the shipment to someone else. Who's we and us? I thought I was dealing with you. You're with the Crimson Fleet, right? I'm not going to directly ask him that. Who's we and us? I thought I was dealing with you.
You're a clever one, aren't you? Let's just say I have a certain influential affiliation. And leave it at that. Basically, you want that Aurora moved, I'm your guy.
No problem.
Right down to business. And no small talk. I like it.
I see no good reason why we should have any extra dealings with the likes of you.
Lady, if you want me to move that shipment for your pal here, you're going to do whatever the hell I want. You got that? Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back.
Alright, I'll get it done. I'll just pay off his debt right now so we can get down to business. I'll just kill him and take the money off his corpse. How loud do you want this to be?
What do I need to do here? Write you an instruction manual? You can do this loud, you can do this quiet. I don't care. I just want my goddamn money, and I want this guy to remember who he screwed over.
Okay. I'll get it done.
Perfect. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
So I'm not going to kill the guy and take his money, obviously, but I do want to meet him, find out what's going on, and see what options there are. Rather than just immediately paying off his debt and moving on. Alright. Where to? Down there. Here you are. Carl Fielding.
Something I can help you with?
I'm here to collect the credits you owe to Adler Kemp. Adler Kemp sent me to teach you a lesson. Nope, sorry, I thought you were someone else. I'm here to collect the credits you owe to Adler Kemp.
Adler Kemp? Who the heck is that?
Adler's serious about his debt, so I suggest you pay quickly. I don't really have time to play games. Do you owe money to anyone or not? Better talk than kill someone with the police near. Yeah. Do you owe money to anyone or not?
Of course I owe money. Unless you're independently wealthy. Everyone's in debt nowadays. I owe Deimos. I owe my landlord. I owe Galbank. Heck, I have a tab at Parsec Deep at Cespea. It's an endless list. So why don't you just leave me here? Let me get drunk and find someone else to bother. Okay?
Again, I'm trying to be the good guy because we were specifically told, you know, don't harm innocents. So, but I also have to give the illusion that I'm a good pirate. I really don't have time to play games.
What? Play what games? You're obviously confusing me with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever.
I'll go back and tell Adler you said that. Well, it's been nice knowing you. I'm sure your funeral will be lovely. Harsh. I'll go back and tell Adler you said that.
Adler. Oh, wait. You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else.
Sure you did.
I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah?
That's not good enough. I don't think Adler is going to be satisfied with that option. Pay now or Deimos will be sending your corpse home in a casket. I don't think Adler is going to be satisfied with that option.
Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right?
Clearly this man has never seen how hard I can squeeze.
Promise to stop borrowing from Adler and I'll pay off your debt for you, 3,000 credits. Persuade, I'm tired of playing these games. Attack, I've had enough of this. Why are you hurting so badly for credits?
I'm a miner for Deimos. It's not what I was hoping for out of life. But here I am. Yeah, it's a lousy company. It pays me a salary. But I depend on the profit-sharing bonuses to keep food on the table for my family.
Adler thinks you spent all the money on booze.
Hey, now wait a second. Just because things are tough, and I might be spending my afternoons at the Spear, it doesn't mean I don't care about my family. Adler doesn't get to judge me. No, he's just a low-life pirate who thinks he can push everyone around.
Alright. Well, if you promise to stop borrowing from Adler, I'll pay the debt for you.
Holy crap. Really? You'd do that for me? Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thank you. For everything. And don't worry. I'll never borrow anything from Adler again. I promise.
Do you need something? I have things I wish to discuss with you. When you have time.
Of course. So yeah, if we look at my inventory, you can see that I have 616,000 credits. So this guy's just like, 3,000 credits is amazing! And I'm just walking around with nearly 1 million. So, 500,000. So, yeah. What's up?
I've been thinking about what we talked about before. The idea of purpose in one's life. We spoke of the difference between having a purpose and having goals. I believed myself right in the moment and dismissed what you were saying. But thinking more, perhaps I have been arrogant to assume I am right. I have been single-minded in my pursuits. I have always believed the decisions I made were necessary, that there was no other option. I have sacrificed much to be where I am now. And I'm starting to wonder if it has been worth it.
Of course it has. You're the only one who can answer that. It doesn't matter, there's no way to change the past. If it got you here, then it was right. It's okay to have doubts, just don't let them paralyze you. We should have this discussion some other time. Probably either the first or the fourth. You're the only one who can answer that, but also if you have doubts, just don't let them paralyze you.
Doubts have never been something I would consider. I have told you that I am not one to discuss my past. And yet...
Whatever you've done, I won't hold it against you. You don't have to talk about anything you don't want to. We've all done things we regret. Our past should never define us. Whatever you've done, I won't hold it against you.
That is not what I'm trying to say. I promised to provide for my family. That meant working with smugglers to procure supplies we could not acquire any other way. I have spent my adult life away from my home, jumping from one planet to the next, living in dangerous conditions, often surrounded by violence.
Everyone's had their share of hardships. It's clearly taken its toll on you. Hard to believe your family would put you through that. It's clearly taken a toll on you.
It certainly influenced the way I see the universe. I was convinced from the beginning that it was unwise to let anyone get too close. I had, maybe not quite friends, but people I cared about. Yet there was always a distance I could not reach across. I often find other people complicated and confusing. It seemed easier to not become attached, especially when circumstances meant I might never see them again, with no warning.
Going alone has always worked for me. We're social creatures. Life is better when we're surrounded by others. I've never paid much attention to who else is around. No, we're social creatures. Life is better when we're surrounded by others.
Until now, I have disagreed strongly with that idea. But therein lies my concern. What I am trying to say is that I now wonder whether it has been the right decision to distance myself from others.
I'm here for you if you need me. Don't let this get in the way of our mission. Everyone has baggage. It's how you deal with it that matters. Keeping things bottled up isn't a good idea. I'm here if you need me.
I appreciate that more than you know.
Alright. So let's head back here to pay off the debt. And hopefully, whoa. Hopefully Adler doesn't keep trying to fleece this guy for money.
It is now safe to resume normal activity.
It's not very easy,
Too far. Hey there.
Have something for me?
I do. Yeah, it's all here. Not yet, but I'm working on it. What are you talking about? No, it's all here. 3,000 credits.
There. Would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message?
He got the message. He got the message. I thought getting the money would be enough. He got the message.
Nice. You're kind of a natural at this. Leaning on deadbeats comes easy to you. I like that.
Yeah, that's definitely what happened.
Oh. If you like this kind of work, I can get you more. A lot more. You think you could handle running with my, associates?
You think they can handle me? Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know, maybe. Who exactly are your associates?
If you haven't figured that out by now, maybe you aren't cut out for our line of work.
If you think they can handle me.
That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Nevamora. She's second to the big boss himself. Head out to Europa. You'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. Oh, and I've taken care of that Aurora shipment for you too. Don't spend all that cash in one place.